My name is Olivia, and this is my Use Less Spoons project based on spoon theory for people with chronic illness. I have a sinus arrhythmia as well as PTSD, ADHD, and a tachycardia condition. The reason I'm doing this is because of those disabilities. I've lost some opportunities and I've lost experiences, and I'd really like to push myself and gain some stamina and strength in order to hopefully get more experiences and opportunities. My plan is to introduce myself in this video and show you my day-to-day, and then in the next video show some improvements. Basically, my everyday, my start of my day is looking at my Whoop band tracker, WHOOP. It's a health tracker that shows my sleep, heart rate, and recoveries. It really lets me plan out my day to the moment of, how much energy I want to put into the day or whether I need to be more restful, and really helps me reach my goals without hurting my health. My typical morning is about the same as anybody else's. When I was working, I woke up at 3 in the morning, and now that I don't have a job, I still do that. I prefer to stay on a schedule, and I actually prefer the morning schedule. Part of that reason is my fiance works night shift, so our schedules are more aligned this way. It also is better for my circadian rhythms, which is better for my health, and once I do get a job, it'll make transitioning to a new job that much easier. So I really do try to keep a useful schedule. It's also great for accommodating my ADHD because the schedule lets me get more things done, and it doesn't feel so forced. It's just part of my daily routine. I do like to cut my own hair, so there's me doing that. I've been cutting my own hair for a long time. My grandmother was a hairstylist and my grandfather was a barber. There's Yoshi. I do sleep in a separate bed on the floor. I sleep in a futon. And Yoshi earning his keep by making the biscuits every day. He loves to do that. But back to the futon. I sleep separately from my fiance because he moves around a lot in his sleep to the point where he has, injured me without meaning to, and just in general, we keep each other awake. So I found it's been better for both of our health to sleep on the floor. Every morning, I do some sort of cleaning or housework task, whatever I have time for. I try to start computer work and studying at the same time that I would have started work before. So this is just kind of a collection of the tasks. Each week when I fold laundry, I love watching movies, and I love scary movies. So I was watching Ouija, Origin of Evil here, which is one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. I spray peppermint to keep the bugs out, and this was extremely satisfying because I keep it on my treadmill to protect it from the cat's claws, so it gets very furry. There's Yoshi saying hi to his new little brother. So every morning is just this kind of thing, and if I don't have any kind of chores that I need to get done, I try to sit down and read or study something that I want to study. This is our seasonal quarter turnover for my house, so I was putting up our new summer shower curtain. They're washable and reusable, so I love it. I just think it's funny. But every month, obviously, I flip the calendar, and I mark off the days on the calendar every day. I do the dishes in the mornings, and we feed the cats 8 times a day. We do this because our one cat was subjected to food abuse, so he gets a bit antsy, and so we do this to keep him calm and feeling secure, and they love it. I am allowed, I have doctor's approval to drink caffeine, so I do have to monitor myself and kind of understand where my limits are. I try to keep it to 1 serving, so you can see me getting 1 portion, 1 scoop of caffeinated coffee and 2 scoops of decaf, and I use maybe 1/3 to 1/2 more water than you would normally have in a cup of coffee. And so I drink a large mug, but it's diluted coffee. So I use a drip maker because I just think it's healthier. Sometimes I drink V8s for breakfast, and then I drink my coffee and try to get started on work. I'm working on a certification right now for project management, and my coffee got cold while I was working, so I had to reheat it. But I do have my second certification, and so I've been studying really hard to get all 6 certifications as fast as possible. Try to stay hydrated and take frequent naps with the cats. There's Yuri hiding in our wall tapestry. And I just get back to work. I spend basically the time that I would have been at work working on my coursework or other things, like I try to write in my blog once a day if possible, and then try to eat nutritious meals that are going to fuel my body and really give me that energy to make it through. I boil all of our water because we've had some water main breaks here, so I do refill my water bottles every day with the pitcher that I put that water in. At the end of my day, I work on hobbies, but I also try to do a fitness routine. So I walk on the treadmill. I've only been able to do about 30 minutes so far. I really need to improve my stamina. There was me resting after that. On days when I don't do the treadmill, I alternate to a calisthenic routine and a stretching routine. I use Hampton's Hybrid Calisthenics. I love it. He does offer it free online, but I liked having the book, and you can see I bought his rings. They're hanging in our doorway. I've been doing these exercises for a little while, and I really love that they kind of prep your body for the next type of exercise to work your way up in a healthy way. And each week when I give you guys update videos, it's really going to focus more on what I accomplished with these kinds of things and how I've improved each week. This is just an introduction video. You're not going to get like more about my day-to-day. I won't bore you with that again. But I just wanted y'all to get to know me a little bit better this way. If I have a flare-up and I can't work out, I really just try to focus on resting or doing whatever I can with the workouts. I also do my own stretching routine, but I do like Movement by David's stretching advice, so I try to stretch for like 30 seconds a stretch, which is kind of long, but it's been helpful. I'm not as flexible right now as I'd like to be. And then towards the end of the day, I might pick up my controller and do some video games, and I really love to stream that, so those are up on my channel a lot. Eating dinner at home sometimes, but this Friday we went to the haunted house restaurant in Cleveland for my sister's birthday. There's my dad being a ham. But it was really cool, especially for a horror movie lover like me. And then we went to Wild Eagle Saloon for my dad's birthday, and my fiance Andrew had a better score at bowling than me, so obviously I had to beat him before we left. That place was really fun, but once we got back, I had a bit more work to do. And then each morning, I try to write down a list of what would make that day successful. And then I come back in the afternoon and revisit it and check off whether or not I felt I met my own standard of success. So I did that every day this week, which was great. At the end of the day, I really just tried to either get my hair ready for the next day, because I don't wash my hair every day. I do shower every day, take off my makeup, do all that stuff. And then, tie up my hair if it's needed. And then when I lay down to go to sleep, I try to do a little bit more work again. So I do Wim Hof Method. I'll also post more updates on how I'm doing with that as time goes on for videos. That'll be another big focus of my weekly updates. And then I also play a few games. I love Connections on the New York Times game app. I'll do some studying. I love this geography app, so I've been working in that a lot to work on my geography. And I also am learning Braille. It's just a personal passion of mine. And then I usually do some Duolingo and maybe a nanograms puzzle to help me sleep. But yeah, I'm really excited to do this. It's kind of acting as a weird body double to help me feel motivated and for some of my friends to hold me accountable while I post my progress. So even if no one watches these, this will be helpful for me. But I do hope that you'll choose to join me in the following weeks to see my progress. And thanks so much for watching.